course, a big night coming up next Friday. The Turtle Project, the second annual fundraiser, of course, in honor of Anne-Marie D'Amico, is coming up. And joining us this morning, Anne-Marie's brother, Nick D'Amico, here to talk more about what's happening next Friday night, the project, and the movement here. Of course, you had to pause for the pandemic, but let's talk about next Friday. What can we expect, and what's this all going to be helping?
Well, you can expect an amazing evening with tons of energy, tons of positivity, and some great performances. And it's just going to be an evening to celebrate my sister on her birthday, but more importantly, to raise awareness for ending violence against women and children and raising funds for the North York Women's Shelter. That's why we're doing it. Yeah,
we spoke to you a couple of months ago talking about the money being raised and the renaming of the North York Women's Shelter. What do you think your sister would think about all this, that her name is going now to be remembered towards such great causes and helping so many people and helping the planet?
Yeah, I think she would be so honored. This is what she was all about. She loved helping people. She loved helping those who needed it. And I think she wouldn't be so much, she wasn't really big on the limelight, but I think if she could use her name in a limelight to help others, she would have been so for it. So she'd be so
I love
proud.
what your family is doing, right? You know, you're taking such an awful, dark period and you're turning it to lightness and you're turning it to the positive. It is remarkable. Can we talk about the significance of the turtle? What does the turtle, A, mean to Anne-Marie, and B, why is it called the Turtle Project?
Well, the turtle was who she was. That was her nickname that was bestowed on her by her grandfather. And it just became who she was. She was methodical, she was slower, it all happened because she took too long to eat dinner one night. So she just got that name. And I think it transcends her name. It kind of shows stability and strength, and it's just a perfect resemblance and an emblem for the foundation.
So you had to push pause last year because of the pandemic, Nick, but this year it's coming back. What's going to be different this year? What can people expect? And can people still get tickets?
Absolutely. Tickets are available online through our foundation website, d'amicofoundation.org/events. And I think the layout's going to be the same and the energy is going to be the same, but we've kind of tried to kind of bring performances up another level as well. Not that they weren't great in 2019, but we just have some tremendous acts, and one of them is Posey, who's here today, and I think she's incredible.
We're going to bring Posey in just a second, but what was that? What's it like? You know, you've got Anne-Marie's name here. People know the story here. How is it? Is it an easy sell to get people to come on board and say, hey, I'd love to join this. I'd love to be a part of this?
People are really kind of wrapping their arms around us and kind of being a part of this with us. So it's incredible to see. It motivates us to keep going, and it's been a lot of dark moments, so having the support of the community has been incredible for us.
That's fantastic. Well, speaking of Posey, let's bring Posey in right now, Nick, because of course we want to get to one of the performers coming up for that night. So Posey, if you can sort of come in, join us here and talk a little bit more about your involvement here in the Turtle Project, that big night, of course, next Friday. What does it mean to you to be taking part?
It means so much to me, you know. I'm a big fan of taking something that was really horrible and making it into something beautiful, and I think that's exactly what the D'Amico family is doing. And also what really sold it for me is that the funds from the evening are going to go to the North York Women's Shelter, because I know how hard it is to leave those scenarios, and earlier this year I left an abusive relationship myself. And so just anything I could do to kind of like give back to that community and show strength and empowerment to other women is really important to me.
It's really big of you to say that and acknowledge that. I think that's really important because it's all part of the conversation. Does that experience influence your music now and how you've gone about, you know, perhaps, you know, laying out some new songs? How does that affect you as a performer and as a professional?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I actually just finished making a new record, and a lot of the songs on that are about like women's strength coming back from these horrible things. And I'm really excited to play some of them at the show because I haven't played them yet before. So I'm excited this is going to be the first time.
Absolutely, no kidding. And when you got the call, how did it go about you getting, were you invited or did you say I'd love to be taking part of this? How did this all come about for you?
Their chairman actually reached out to me, Tony, and proposed the opportunity, and you know, obviously it's only my second show back after the pandemic, so the idea of playing the Meridian Center or Meridian Hall was really fantastic, but just like what the evening's actually about is what sold it for me, and I was so excited to be part of it.
I think it's great, you know, it's great that live music is part of this because live music has been missing, of course, for the last 21 months or so, right? And as a performer, you must have missed this incredibly, and to be performing at an event that has this much power and significance, that must, I'm sure your performance, you're probably extra fired up for that, right?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be doing a different Posey performance. It's like me at the piano with the cello and some string players, so it's going to be very emotional. And
I bet it is. Well, listen,
Yeah.
Posey, thanks so much for doing this. Appreciate you being here this morning. And Nick, we'll just bring you back in to sort of say goodbye. But thank you so much, all of you, for being here. The Turtle Project, Posey being performing that night, it is going to be something to see. Thanks for being here. And of course, we always appreciate you being here and sharing your time with us, Nick.